On this one, we're absolutely at the core of the relationship between clients and agencies. How do you structure the charges to get the best performance? Now, you may think this is an issue that no other industry has ever confronted or ever thought about, which will not be true. And there is some experience to be brought to bear, and I'll add a little bit of that a bit later as we go. But it's worth saying just a few words about the broad ADAPT agenda. You may know Ian Priest is trying to raise the game of the industry in a number of ways. He became president of the IPA in 2013, and he'll explain it in a minute, but really it's an attempt to get the industry to work more effectively and get out of the kind of bad habits that industries can get locked into, of basically me behaving like you behave and you behaving like me behave, and we're all behaving in a slightly suboptimal way. And we never quite get together and lift our eyes up and think, could we do this in a better way? It's the kind of thing you see in all industries and all areas of human life. It's the kind of thing that says when people come into a meeting, they like to sit at the back first, and then the last to come in have to sit at the front. You know, there are better ways of doing things. And Ian is trying to get every company in the industry to stand back and say, let's just think about how we might do things better. What norms can we change? And that's what these ADAPT events are about. Now, there are three important differences between this one and the others in the ADAPT series. First, this is joint with ISBA, so it's IPA ISBA. So the client side is represented. Always very difficult to get the clients interested in the thing the agencies are talking about. But the effort on that side continues, and the ISBA Exec and ISBA Compag group, which represents the procurement teams at ISBA, will be contributing to some of the later at work today. Another difference is that this is full of finance folk, so welcome finance folk, because typically this time of year the IPA commercial conference takes place, but that's been folded into Ian's ADAPT agenda. And the third difference is that this is the big one. It's the pivotal event of the programme because it really gets down to brass tacks. It's extremely practical and it's extremely important. And the other thing is it brings together all the groups within the two sides of the clients. You have the procurement side and the marketing side, and on the agency side, finance and creative. So where you can think of it as the confluence of four rivers flowing into this cramped room today. Now, we're looking at what might get at a new commercial creative contract. What a new commercial creative contract might look like. What is the business model? How do you make it fair? How do you make it win-win? The day is called an Adaptathon, which is a corny adaptation of the word hackathon, which is what IT people do, and we all want to be like them. And when they have a problem, the programmers lock themselves in a room for 3 days eating pizza and try and solve it. We don't have pizza. We have locked you in a room. The day will consist of, if you like, a sort of loosely 4 themes: provocation to start, exploration, inspiration, and investigation. So we're sort of that's the sort of loose agenda: provocation, exploration, inspiration, investigation. We'll have a series of talks and panels. Then in the afternoon we have parallel groups, workshops. They're calling them Adapt Labs. I'd call them breakout sessions, but Adapt Labs sounds much more interesting. I'll be taking you through the whole day. There will be opportunities for questions and comments as we go.